Have you ever found yourself standing in the grocery store, wanting to ask where the bread is, but not knowing the right English words to use? Or maybe you've wanted to chat with the cashier politely, but end up only smiling because you're not confident enough in your English yet. Welcome to today's episode of our English Shadowing podcast, where we will transform your grocery shopping trips into real-life English practice grounds. Today, we will explore grocery shopping conversations that you can easily practice and repeat with me, helping you speak naturally and confidently when you go shopping. Imagine yourself walking through the colorful fruit aisle, hearing the crisp sound of apples being stacked, smelling the warm bread from the bakery section, and as you move, you confidently greet store staff, ask for help, and chat casually while practicing your English. This episode will give you practical, everyday conversations you can shadow and repeat until it becomes second nature. By practicing with real situations, you will gain not only vocabulary, but also the rhythm and flow of natural conversation. Remember, shadowing is one of the best ways to improve your pronunciation, intonation, and listening skills while learning how to handle real-life English conversations confidently. So, grab your notebook or simply relax and let your tongue and ears practice along with me as we step into your next grocery trip in English. Before we dive into our grocery conversations, let me ask you something. Have you ever had an interesting or funny experience while grocery shopping in English? Maybe you accidentally asked for cheese but ended up getting chicken. Or perhaps you tried to find the checkout but got lost and ended up near the cleaning supplies instead. These experiences can be funny later, but in the moment, they often feel stressful, don't they? I would love for you to pause and share your grocery shopping stories or challenges in the comments below, because your story might help another learner feel less alone. And who knows, your experience might even appear in a future episode to help others learn. The truth is, the grocery store is a treasure chest for English learners. You hear real phrases like, "Can I help you find something? Do you need a bag? Or is this all for today?" And these phrases will help you feel more comfortable and independent. In this episode, we will learn to shadow these sentences so that you can respond naturally and quickly in real situations. Imagine, instead of freezing up when someone asks, "Paper or plastic?" you will confidently respond with, "Plastic, please," or "No, thank you, I brought my own bag." These small victories are powerful steps in your language journey, and by practicing them, you will make your English feel like a comfortable tool, not a heavy task. Keep listening as we move into realistic dialogues you can repeat and use. And remember, your stories and questions in the comments will help build a learning community for all of us here. Stepping into a grocery store can feel like stepping into a mini adventure for English learners. And today, I want you to imagine yourself walking down the fresh produce aisle. You see bright oranges, shiny apples, and piles of green vegetables. You hear the soft rumble of shopping carts and quiet conversations around you. This is the perfect environment to practice everyday English, and we will use it today for your shadowing practice. You might hear someone say, "Excuse me, where are the bananas?" Or, "How much is this per pound?" These are simple phrases, but knowing how to use them confidently will help you interact naturally during your grocery trips. Let's practice one together now. Repeat after me. "Excuse me, can you please tell me where the milk is?" Say it slowly first, then say it again with a natural, relaxed tone. Feel how your mouth moves when you say please and milk. This is how shadowing builds your muscle memory for speaking English. You can even practice saying it while imagining yourself looking around the store, making eye contact with an employee, and saying it politely. Doing this repeatedly helps you connect the words to the situation, so when the real moment comes, your mind and mouth are ready to speak without freezing. This approach is powerful because it uses your imagination alongside your speaking practice, making your learning more realistic and engaging. As you listen and shadow, keep your mind relaxed, and don't worry if your pronunciation isn't perfect yet. The key is to build comfort and flow. Stay with me as we continue to explore what to say and how to say it when you are shopping for your groceries in English. As we continue our journey together, let's focus on a very common situation: asking about the price of an item while grocery shopping. Picture yourself holding a pack of strawberries and wondering if you can afford it today, but you're unsure how to ask about the price in English confidently. This moment is a perfect chance for real practice. You can use simple phrases like, "How much is this?" or, "Excuse me, what's the price for this?" Let's practice together. Repeat slowly, "Excuse me, how much does this cost?" Try to match my rhythm and intonation. Say it again with a smile in your voice, which is important for sounding friendly in real conversations. Practicing this way will help you feel comfortable asking questions naturally, and soon you will use these sentences automatically without overthinking. You can also add, "Is this on sale?" if you see a sign but are unsure what it means. These are all practical phrases that will serve you every week, building your speaking confidence in small, meaningful steps. Imagine this. You walk up to the employee near the fruit section, hold up the strawberries with a curious but polite look, and say clearly, "Excuse me, how much does this cost?" The employee smiles and tells you, and you respond with, "Thank you so much." This small exchange may last only a few seconds, but it will give you a sense of independence and courage, knowing that you are using your English to meet your daily needs. This is the heart of why we shadow these phrases, turning your learning into real-life victories you can feel proud of every day. By the way, if you're finding this podcast helpful so far, and you want to keep practicing real-life English shadowing with me every week, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the podcast. When you do, you help this community grow, allowing more learners like you to find practical shadowing content that truly makes speaking English easier in daily life. Plus, you'll never miss out on new shadowing episodes on different real-life topics, so your English improves steadily with fun and realistic practice. Now, let's keep going with your grocery shopping practice. Another important phrase you'll often hear while grocery shopping is at the checkout counter when the cashier asks, "Do you need a bag?" or "Would you like a bag?" Many learners freeze at this question, but don't worry. Today, we will practice this together. You can simply say, "Yes, please," or "No, thank you, I have my own." Let's shadow that now. Repeat after me slowly. "No, thank you, I have my own bag." Now try saying it naturally, matching my rhythm. These are the small but real moments that will help you build your confidence while interacting in English in your daily routines. Remember, the goal is not to memorize a script, but to get your mouth used to forming these phrases naturally. So when you are at the grocery store, your words come out with ease. This is why shadowing is so powerful. It builds your fluency step by step while connecting directly to your daily life. Keep practicing these phrases with me as we move into the next section, where you will learn how to ask for help politely while shopping in English. Moving forward, let's imagine a situation where you cannot find an item you need in the grocery store, and you need to ask for help politely in English. This is a very common scenario, and it can feel intimidating if you aren't confident with your speaking yet. But don't worry. Today, we will shadow sentences you can use naturally. You can say, "Excuse me, can you help me find the rice?" Or, "Hi, I'm looking for the bread section. Can you tell me where it is?" These are polite and friendly ways to ask for help, and store employees are usually happy to guide you. Let's shadow together now. Repeat after me slowly. "Excuse me, can you help me find the rice?" Listen carefully to the pauses and the friendly tone I use when I say "excuse me." Now say it again with a smile, imagining yourself standing in the aisle, asking confidently. You can also practice, "Hi, I'm looking for the bread section. Can you tell me where it is?" Break it down into small parts if needed, and repeat until your tongue feels comfortable forming the words. These small conversations might seem simple, but they are the exact moments that help you practice real English in daily life, building your fluency without the pressure of long conversations. If you want to make it even more natural, you can add, "Thank you so much," after they help you, which shows politeness and friendliness. Practicing these phrases repeatedly will help you respond automatically. So, when you are in the store, you will no longer feel stuck or nervous, but instead, you will feel excited to practice your English in real situations. On a different note, let's talk about what to say when you want to buy items that are weighed, like fruits or vegetables, during your grocery shopping in English. This is another real-life situation where learners often get nervous. But after today, you will feel ready to handle it with confidence. Imagine you are at the produce section, and you want to know if you need to weigh the apples yourself, or if the cashier will do it at checkout. You can say, "Do I need to weigh these here, or will you weigh them at the checkout?" Let's shadow this together now. Repeat after me slowly. "Do I need to weigh these here, or will you weigh them at the checkout?" Focus on saying "weigh" clearly, as it is a word that many learners find tricky. Now say it again with a calm, natural tone, picturing yourself holding a bag of apples, asking a friendly store employee. You can also use another useful phrase, "Can you please weigh this for me?" This is polite and straightforward, making it easy to use in a real situation. Let's shadow this one too. "Can you please weigh this for me?" These sentences will help you feel confident when you are shopping for fresh items, ensuring you can communicate your needs clearly and politely. You will notice that practicing these phrases not only helps with your speaking, but also trains your listening, as you will be prepared for the employee's response, which is often, "Sure, no problem," or "Yes, you can weigh them over there." By repeating and shadowing these practical everyday phrases, you will find yourself improving your confidence, making your grocery shopping experiences smoother, while turning them into a valuable part of your English learning journey. Turning our attention to another common moment in grocery shopping, let's practice how to respond when a store employee or another customer asks if you need help, or if you are looking for something specific. This situation can happen often, especially if you look around trying to find an item and someone notices you need assistance. Instead of feeling nervous, you can turn it into an opportunity to practice your English. You might hear someone say, Can I help you find something? Or are you looking for something in particular? When you hear this, you can respond confidently by saying, "Yes, please, I'm looking for the pasta aisle." Or, "Thank you, I'm looking for the dairy section." Let's shadow these sentences together now. First, repeat slowly after me. "Yes, please, I'm looking for the pasta aisle." Feel the rhythm of the sentence and how the words flow naturally. Now, repeat it again with a friendly, calm tone. Let's try the second phrase. "Thank you, I'm looking for the dairy section." Practice saying it slowly, then naturally, matching my pronunciation and pauses. These are practical, short sentences that will make your interactions feel easier and help you build confidence to use English during your grocery trips. Remember, it's perfectly okay to repeat yourself slowly in a real conversation if you need to, as people will appreciate your effort to communicate clearly. By shadowing these phrases, you are training yourself to handle real conversations without fear, turning your grocery shopping into a practical speaking lesson each time you go. As you continue practicing with me, you will find that your comfort in speaking English in daily activities will grow, and you will begin to look forward to these small but valuable moments to use your English. Now, let's shift to practicing what to say when you are checking out at the cashier, a moment where many learners feel rushed and nervous, but it can become one of your best shadowing opportunities. When you place your items on the belt, the cashier might greet you with, "Hi, how are you today?" Or, "Did you find everything okay?" These greetings are a normal part of small talk in English-speaking countries, and it's good to be ready with simple, natural responses. You can smile and say, "I'm good, thank you, how about you?" Or, "Yes, thank you, I found everything I needed." Let's shadow these together now. First, repeat after me slowly. "I'm good, thank you, how about you?" Now say it again with a natural, friendly tone, as if you are speaking to the cashier with a relaxed smile. Let's practice the second one. "Yes, thank you, I found everything I needed." Repeat it slowly first, then with a natural flow. These sentences are polite, friendly, and help you engage comfortably in small conversations while practicing your English in real life. Remember, shadowing these greetings will help you build confidence. And these are the exact phrases you will hear often during checkout. So practicing them now will prepare you to respond naturally without overthinking. It's a small step, but it will make your grocery shopping feel less stressful and more enjoyable, turning it into a positive part of your English practice routine. As you continue to shadow with me, visualize yourself confidently greeting the cashier, answering with a warm tone, and leaving the store with a sense of achievement, knowing you used your English practically today. Before we continue with even more useful phrases for your grocery shopping practice, I want to take a moment to remind you to like this episode and subscribe to the podcast if you haven't already. It might feel like a small action, but it truly helps us reach more learners around the world who need realistic, shadowing-friendly English practice, just like you. Plus, by subscribing, you will get notified each time a new shadowing episode drops, so you can continue building your speaking confidence with me week by week, turning your daily activities into your personal English classroom. Now, let's keep going with your shadowing practice. Another situation you might encounter is when the cashier asks, "Do you have a loyalty card?" Or, "Do you have a points card?" These questions can catch you off guard if you're not prepared. But don't worry, we'll practice your responses together. If you have one, you can simply say, "Yes, Here it is. Let's shadow that now. Repeat after me slowly. Yes, here it is. Now, say it again with a relaxed, natural tone. If you don't have one, you can say, no, I don't have one. Thank you. Let's shadow this as well. No, I don't have one. Thank you. These phrases are short and practical, and by practicing them repeatedly, you will feel comfortable and confident during these small but real interactions at the checkout counter. Remember, these conversations might feel minor, but they build your fluency. Train your ear to recognize everyday English questions and prepare you to handle real situations calmly and confidently, turning your grocery shopping into a valuable English practice ground. Let's add another layer to your grocery shopping conversations by practicing how to handle situations when you want to pay in cash or by card at the checkout. This is a very practical area to shadow because payment conversations happen every time you shop, giving you consistent, low-pressure speaking opportunities. The cashier might say, that will be $20, or your total is $15.50. You can respond with, I'll pay with cash, or I'll pay by card, please. Let's shadow these sentences together now. First, repeat after me slowly, I'll pay with cash. Now say it again naturally, keeping your tone relaxed and friendly. Next, repeat, I'll pay by card, please. Say it slowly first, then with a comfortable, confident tone. You can also add, here you go, when handing over your cash or card, which is a polite and natural phrase to use. Let's shadow that too. Here you go. By practicing these phrases repeatedly, you will feel prepared and relaxed during checkout, allowing you to focus on your pronunciation and tone while handling real conversations with ease. Another useful phrase is, can I get a receipt, please? Which is important if you need to keep track of your spending or return an item later. Let's shadow this together. Can I get a receipt, please? These simple yet essential phrases will make your checkout experience smoother while giving you the confidence to handle payment situations naturally in English. As you continue practicing these phrases with me, you will notice that your fear of small conversations will slowly disappear, and you will begin to view every checkout interaction as a chance to strengthen your English, turning an ordinary grocery trip into a valuable speaking practice session. As we continue our practice together, let's talk about what you can say if you accidentally drop something in the store, or if you need to get someone's attention politely while shopping. These are small but real moments where many learners feel shy, but they can become confident speaking opportunities with practice. If you accidentally drop a product or bump into someone, you can simply say, I'm sorry, or sorry about that. Let's shadow these together now. Repeat after me slowly, I'm sorry. Now say it again with a warm, polite tone. Let's try the second one. Sorry about that. Say it slowly, then naturally, allowing your mouth to get used to the flow. If you need to pass by someone in a narrow aisle, you can say, excuse me, with a polite smile. Let's shadow that. Excuse me. These small phrases are powerful tools for making your English sound natural in daily interactions and help you maintain politeness, which is essential when practicing English in real-life situations. Another phrase you can use is, could I get by, please? If someone is blocking the aisle with their cart. Let's shadow this together now. Could I get by, please? These phrases are simple but practical, allowing you to handle common situations in a grocery store while building your confidence in using polite English. Remember, speaking English during your grocery trips does not have to be a stressful event. By practicing these everyday phrases, you will find yourself gradually speaking without hesitation, turning every small moment in the store into a valuable English learning opportunity that builds your real-world communication skills effectively. At this point in your grocery shopping shadowing practice, let's add a situation that often happens when an item you want to buy is out of stock, and you need to ask if there are more available. Many learners feel nervous in these moments, but after practicing today, you will be ready to handle this situation with calm confidence. If you see an empty shelf where your favorite product usually is, you can politely ask, "Excuse me, do you have any more of this in the back?" Or, "Hi, will you get more of these today?" Let's shadow these sentences together now. First, repeat after me slowly. "Excuse me, do you have any more of this in the back?" Listen to the way I pause after "excuse me" to keep it clear and polite. Now, say it again naturally, as if you are holding the empty box and showing it to a store employee. Let's practice the second phrase. "Hi, will you get more of these today?" Repeat it slowly, then naturally, focusing on your tone. These phrases will help you communicate your needs clearly while sounding polite and friendly, making your interaction smooth and positive. If the store employee says, "Sorry, we're out of stock," you can simply reply, "Okay, thank you," with a polite smile. Let's shadow that now. "Okay, thank you." By practicing these sentences repeatedly, you will not only improve your pronunciation and speaking flow, but also feel prepared for realistic shopping conversations, giving you the courage to ask for what you need without fear. Remember, shadowing real-life sentences like these will help you build practical fluency that will serve you in everyday situations, turning every grocery shopping trip into a live, comfortable English practice opportunity. Now, let's practice what you can say when you need to ask about product recommendations or differences while shopping, which is a great way to extend your grocery conversations and learn new vocabulary and context. Imagine you are standing in front of two types of rice or two brands of cereal, and you are not sure which one to choose. You can politely ask a store employee, "Excuse me, which one would you recommend?" Or, "Hi, what's the difference between these two?" Let's shadow these sentences together now. First, repeat after me slowly. "Excuse me, which one would you recommend?" Feel the natural pauses after "excuse me" and before "would." Now say it again with a relaxed, confident tone. Let's try the second phrase. "Hi, what's the difference between these two?" Repeat it slowly first, then again with a natural flow, imagining yourself pointing at the two items while asking. These phrases will help you engage in small conversations, allowing you to learn about products while practicing your English. If the store employee explains the difference, you can practice listening carefully, and if you do not understand everything, you can respond with, "Thank you, that helps a lot," or, "Could you please say that again?" Let's shadow these replies together now. Repeat after me, "Thank you, that helps a lot." Now, could you please say that again? These phrases will help you continue the conversation politely while building your listening and speaking skills in real situations. By practicing these sentences, you will feel more confident asking questions, extending your English conversations, and making your grocery shopping experience not only practical for your daily life, but also a meaningful, enjoyable part of your English learning routine. Before we continue with more practical shadowing sentences for your grocery shopping conversations, I want to pause for a moment to thank you for practicing with me today. If you are enjoying this shadowing session and feel that it is helping you build confidence for your real-life English practice, please take a second to like this episode and subscribe to the podcast. Your support allows us to continue creating practical, beginner-friendly shadowing content for learners around the world who want to improve their English in everyday situations like grocery shopping, traveling, or making small talk. Plus, when you subscribe, you will receive new shadowing episodes every week, helping you build your speaking habits step by step without feeling overwhelmed. Now let's keep going with your practice. Another useful area to cover during your grocery trips is handling special requests politely. For example, if you want to ask for freshly baked bread from the bakery section, you can say, "Hi, could I please get a fresh loaf of bread?" Or, "Excuse me, can I get a smaller piece of this cheese, please?" Let's shadow these sentences together now. First, repeat after me slowly. "Hi, could I please get a fresh loaf of bread?" Notice the polite tone and the clear, friendly pause after "hi." Now, say it again naturally. Let's try the next one. "Excuse me, can I get a smaller piece of this cheese, please?" Repeat it slowly, focusing on your pronunciation, then say it again with a natural, relaxed flow. These sentences will prepare you for situations where you want to request something specific politely, helping you sound confident and kind, which is essential when practicing English in real life. By practicing these phrases regularly, you will find yourself speaking without hesitation during your grocery visits, turning your daily errands into valuable speaking opportunities that build your fluency in a comfortable and practical way. Expanding our practice, let's look at what you can say if you need to return an item or if you discover a problem with a product after you have paid, which is another realistic situation many English learners face while grocery shopping. It can feel uncomfortable to speak up, but with practice, you will handle it confidently and politely. Imagine you notice that the milk you bought is leaking, or you accidentally picked up the wrong type of bread, and now you need to speak to the customer service desk or cashier. You can say, "Hi, I just bought this but it's damaged. Could I please get a replacement?" Or, "Excuse me, I picked up the wrong item. Can I exchange this, please?" Let's shadow these sentences together now. First, repeat after me slowly. "Hi, I just bought this, but it's damaged. Could I please get a replacement?" Notice the clear pauses after "hi" and "damaged." Now say it again with a calm, polite tone, picturing yourself at the counter, showing the product. Let's practice the next one. "Excuse me, I picked up the wrong item. Can I exchange this, please?" Repeat it slowly, focusing on the natural flow, then say it again with a relaxed, confident tone. These phrases will give you the confidence to handle small problems during your grocery shopping without stress, ensuring you get what you need while practicing your English in a real, practical situation. If the staff says, "Of course," or "Yes, let me help you with that," you can simply respond with, "Thank you so much." Let's shadow that too. Thank you so much. Remember, speaking up politely in these moments not only helps you with your shopping, but also builds your courage to handle small issues in English confidently, turning them into valuable learning moments during your daily life while practicing shadowing effectively. To add more depth to your grocery shopping English shadowing practice, let's explore how you can make small talk while waiting in line, which is a very natural opportunity to practice English in a low-pressure environment. Often, while you're in line, The person in front or behind you might smile and comment about the weather or the length of the line. And responding politely can turn into a small yet valuable speaking practice. For example, if someone says, "This line is taking forever, isn't it?" you can respond with, "Yeah, it's quite busy today." Or, "Yes, everyone is doing their shopping at the same time." Let's shadow these sentences together now. First, repeat after me slowly. "Yeah, it's quite busy today." Now say it again naturally with a friendly tone. Let's try the second one. "Yes, I guess everyone is doing their shopping at the same time." Repeat it slowly first, then with a relaxed, natural flow. These small sentences will help you engage in light conversations confidently, giving you a chance to practice your pronunciation and listening in a real environment. If the person comments about the weather, like, "It's so hot today," you can respond, "Yes, it really is." Let's shadow that. "Yes, it really is." These short, friendly exchanges will help you feel more connected to the people around you and build your confidence to handle small talk in English without fear. Remember, shadowing these practical, everyday phrases will make your grocery shopping experiences more enjoyable while improving your ability to think and respond in English, turning waiting in line from a boring moment into a meaningful speaking practice opportunity that builds your fluency step by step. Looking at another realistic moment in your grocery shopping journey, let's practice what you can say if you need to check the opening hours of the store or ask about store policies, which is another practical speaking opportunity for you to use English naturally. For example, if you arrive at the store and you are unsure if they are closing soon, you can politely ask, "Excuse me, what time do you close today?" Or, "Hi, what are your opening hours on weekends?" Let's shadow these sentences together now. First, repeat after me slowly. "Excuse me, what time do you close today?" Focus on the clear pause after "excuse me." Now say it again naturally with a friendly tone. Let's practice the second phrase. "Hi, what are your opening hours on weekends?" Repeat it slowly first, then say it again with a calm, natural flow, imagining yourself asking an employee near the entrance. These phrases are simple, but will help you practice interacting politely in English, allowing you to build your speaking skills while handling practical needs during your grocery shopping. If you want to ask about store policies, such as whether you can return an item, you can say, "Hi, what is your return policy?" Let's shadow that now. "Hi, what is your return policy?" Practicing these sentences will help you feel comfortable asking for information and making sure you understand the store's rules, which is especially important if you are living in an English-speaking country or planning to travel. By shadowing these practical phrases repeatedly, you will develop the ability to speak clearly and politely, while also training your ear to understand the responses you receive, turning every question you ask into a valuable piece of your daily English practice. As we get ready to wrap up today's grocery shopping shadowing session, let's practice how to end your shopping trip politely while using English confidently, turning your checkout moment into a final, positive practice opportunity. When the cashier finishes scanning your items and gives you your receipt, it's natural to say, "Thank you, have a nice day," or "Thanks, have a good day." Let's shadow these phrases together now. First, repeat after me slowly. "Thank you, have a nice day." Now say it again with a warm, natural tone, imagining yourself smiling at the cashier while saying it. Let's try the second phrase. "Thanks, have a good day." Repeat it slowly first, then, naturally, focusing on sounding friendly and relaxed. You can also add, "See you next time," if it is a store you visit often. Let's shadow that together. See you next time. These small but kind phrases will leave a positive impression and help you end your conversations confidently while practicing your English in real-life situations. Remember, every time you end your shopping trip with these phrases, you are reinforcing polite English expressions while training your tongue to speak with natural rhythm and clear pronunciation. It may seem like a small moment, but it builds your confidence to use English in your everyday routines consistently. By practicing these daily, you will reach a point where speaking these phrases in real-life grocery shopping moments will feel automatic and enjoyable, turning your shopping trips into a comfortable and valuable speaking environment for your English practice. Keep shadowing these sentences until your mouth feels used to the flow, helping you develop natural speaking habits that will support your growth as a confident English speaker. We've reached the end of today's English Shadowing podcast on grocery shopping conversations, and I want to remind you that every small phrase you practice today is a seed planted for your future confident English speaking. Every "excuse me," every "thank you," every "have a nice day" is building your fluency, your courage, and your connection to the English-speaking world, one practical moment at a time. If you found today's episode helpful and you want to keep turning your everyday life into your English classroom with practical shadowing, please like this episode and subscribe to the podcast now. It helps us continue creating beginner-friendly, warm, and realistic shadowing sessions so you can practice English confidently while living your daily life, whether you're shopping, traveling, or preparing for casual conversations. When you subscribe, you will get weekly shadowing episodes covering different daily situations to ensure your English grows naturally, step by step, without feeling heavy or forced. Remember, your English learning does not have to stay in books or apps alone. It can live in your real moments, like buying bread, asking for help, chatting with a cashier, and saying, "Have a nice day," with confidence. Revisit this episode whenever you plan your grocery shopping to practice and warm up your mouth before going, and challenge yourself to use at least one of these phrases in real life during your next trip. You are building your fluency through real-life action, and I am proud of you for taking that step. Thank you for joining me today, and until next time, keep shadowing, keep smiling, and keep using your English in your daily life. See you in the next episode, and happy practicing!